questions.
This great win for us. We came off a 2-week break and was really concerned about how we would come out and play. I keep stressing how hard we play and our energy. We have the talent. It's what we do with our talent. And I thought today we came out and played, stuck to our game plan, played hard, and we had to use our entire bench. And so it was a team effort, and it was a really good win for our basketball program.
Any word on Harrison yet? I mean, is it severe?
Well, Jenny says she thinks she'll have it ready. I'm not sure. She came down. She just came down funny on it. So
right ankle.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm sure they'll treat it, and they'll treat it for the next 48 hours and just see the status. So hopefully we'll have her back.
Coach, you mentioned team effort, and you've had 6 players in double figures, and Texas has Chastity with 31 points. Therein lies the difference between the teams, is the depth and more players to count on?
Well, I can just speak for our team, and we are right now, we've explained good shots for our basketball team, what's a good shot and what's not a good shot for us. And we have people that can score the basketball. And so we've really put an emphasis. It's interesting, a lot of our practices, the majority of our practices are addressed towards the defensive end, because I think at times it's a strong fold for us, and then it can be a weakness. So we spend a lot of time on the defensive end. So yeah, as a coach, it's very reassuring when you come down and need a bucket. You get to choose from not just one young lady. You can choose from several, and that makes a team difficult to guard.
Holly, speak specifically of Simmons. I mean, she hit some big shots in the second half for you, but at times during the same half, it looked like she was determined to almost shoot you out of the game. I mean, she just kept firing away. I mean, what was your thinking there? Did you think to pull her at some point there, or you left her in?
You know, Dan, I think that at the beginning, Megan wants, I mean, this is her home state, wants to play well, and I thought she took shots that weren't good shots for Megan, and then we sat her just for a second and got her back in. What I told Megan after the game is she didn't let her offense affect her defense, and I think in the past she has. So I was proud of her to compete on the defensive end, and we put her in, I think, some situations where she got some good looks. So I wasn't so. I thought at the beginning of the game she took some not good looks for Megan. It was quick shooting, and she wanted to get going, and that's how Megan gets going. But I was proud of her effort. I thought she hit some big shots towards the end that we needed, but I was probably more pleased with her defensive effort.
So the first half shooting was more of an issue maybe with you than
I think so,
than
yeah.
The second half.
No, I think second half she took some good shots. I think she took some shots that Megan can make. I think the first half she was forcing and shot a lot. It's a couple of contested shots.
Talk about Burdick and Spain. Both of them looked like they were a lot more aggressive today offensively.
Well, they were steady, and I'm glad for Tabor. She had a breakout game for her. I think she shot the ball, wasn't worried about her offense. She kept shooting. I thought she hit some big threes. And Sierra's been so consistent for us. And I don't know what her overall percentage is, but she's been money for us and very consistent, especially in the free throw line area. But I thought both of them were steady. They did what they do, and they make plays and make buckets. And I don't think they hurt us on the defensive end. So a lot of times it comes down to, well, if you're not making shots, you've got to be a great defender. And sometimes if you're not making shots and you're not a good defender, you got to come out and let's get somebody in that can do both.
What happened in the second half defensively? Was it the early fouls, or was it?
Well, I think we quit playing. We quit playing hard. We gave up too many transition buckets. I think we were very aware of it in the first half. Second half, we were not. We fouled. We put them at the line 28 times. That's not very good on a defensive standpoint. I mean, not only you putting them to the line, you're also giving them an opportunity to rest. And I thought it was important for us to have an up-tempo game. So
you wanted this game faster?
I wanted this game faster than it was. But when you foul and you go to the line 28 times, it's you're giving them shots that they can rest on. They made free throws. So we controlled the tempo in not a good way at times.
You ended up costing him. What happened at the beginning with the lineup thing? I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
We just didn't get our we didn't get our starting lineup in time.
Is somebody going to have to run for that?
Yes, we made our basketball ops person. He did push-ups at halftime and after the game. And he will run some extra.
Sorry.
He'll run a couple suicides tomorrow in practice. He's a football guy. You know, I got to say, Michael, this is football.
If you lost by 2, would he still be?
No, he would be busing home back to Knoxville.
A couple players. Can you talk about 2 players? Tabor, her defense. She had to go defend in the paint against some pretty taller players. And then Jasmine Jones. You finally got Jasmine back on track.
Well,
here.
first of all, Tabor, her offense was outstanding for her. She'd been in a little slump, but I was pleased with her defensive effort. I thought she had key rebounds at times. She didn't let she didn't hurt us on the defensive end, and so proud of her effort. Jasmine Jones is she's got to get in. I think once she got into the flow of the game, she's so athletic. Came up with some big rebounds for us. And you're just seeing just a little bit of what I think Jasmine Jones can do. I think the more she gets into game situations and plays and gets a little bit more comfortable, she's going to be an outstanding player. She's probably one of the most athletic players that we've ever had at Tennessee. She's just got to take that ability and use it in the right way on the court. But that was a huge start for her today.
Talk about the latter half of the first half when you were already in foul trouble with your bigs, and you had a small lineup in there to push that lead out to, I think, to 20 at one point. I mean, how big was it to get that separation when you were kind of playing with that kind of a lineup?
Well, it worries me that we don't have the height. When Izzy was out and Bashar was out, it is a concern. And we've got to get probably Nia a little bit more playing time. She's got to get a little bit more comfortable out there. But we had to go with what we had. And that's why you saw us probably helping down a lot more than our defensive style is. But as much as I want to press and get up in people's face, I want to win the basketball game. So we defend according to our scouting report. And we just did some different things today that we normally wouldn't do. But it's all about getting a win and not proving a point of my philosophy of how I want to play.
Coach, I'm going to guess that your scouting report said Chastity was Texas's best offensive player, but can you talk about her performance and almost willing her team back into some sort of contention?
Well, I'm concerned that she was a priority for us and she got 31 points. That's she's a scorer, and when you get on a roll and you hit a couple of shots, I thought she hit some open shots, and then I thought she hit some tough shots. And she's a competitor, and competitors find a way to score. And she was going to will her team to stay in the game, and 10 for 10 from the free throw line, 3 for 4. We knew she was a 3-point shooter. We knew she was a priority, but yet she gets off 31 points. And I look back and I go, I thought we did a pretty good job on her, but she has 31 points. So she's a tough kid, and she's like I said, she's a tremendous competitor.
Was she like that in high school? I'm sure you saw her.
I did see her, and I just think she's, and she's a guard, and she knows the game, and she studies the game, I think, and she figures out how to get shots. And I'm sure we're not the only team that's tried to limit her touches and face guard her, but great players find a way to get great looks, and I think she did. And yeah, my hat's off to her. She was a priority for us, and she still got 31 points. That's a sign of a great player.
Coach, it seems like now that you mentioned that, it was that 6-minute stand between the second half. That seemed to be the point where Chastity was able to just get it going and just pound it.
Exactly. Well, that's when we talk about our defense let up. And I thought we did a good job on her the first half, and then we just settled, and we can't settle. we can't let her back in the game, and I thought she hit big threes. So, like I said, she found a way she figured it out. And we've got to make sure we play 40 minutes of defense and not let a great player such as herself go off. And I think we've been good about that this year, but we weren't very good with it today. But we came out with a win, and I thought she probably could have had a little bit more than she got, and we can't put her at the free throw line. You just can't start play and give another team the opportunity to shoot 28 free throws. It's just not solid defense, not solid basketball. We'll go back to work on that tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much.
Good? All right, thank you all.